Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. This week's vlog is going to be slightly different. But before I get into that, I'm going to address the obvious thing, is that my hair is now purple. Hopefully by the time this goes up, the video will already be up. But I did film myself dyeing my hair and I have purple hair. I love it very much, it's very cool. But yeah, I have purple hair now, so just in case you're wondering. So, I have a very busy week this week. December's busy for everyone, but it's always especially busy for my family because my birthday is 10 days before Christmas. It's the 15th, which means it's this Sunday. We always go to the Panto every year. There's a lot of stuff that happens around Christmas, which is the same for everyone, but because of my autism, it's difficult for me to deal with so much going on at once. I have like an autonomous rest setting, you know? But I've got a lot going on this week basically, so I don't know how much I would get to film that because I've got a lot of stuff to do and most of it is in college, which I can't really film anyway. And also I'm going to need my downtime. I'm going to have to make the most of it, so I can't really be vlogging or doing anything. So I thought I'd turn this vlog into more of like a how I cope when my week is this busy, basically. So yeah, I'll still film some bits in between, there'll still be some b-roll, but when I sit down and talk to you, I'll sort of be, I may update you on what I've been doing briefly. Mostly it's just going to be I've been really busy. But I think I'm going to every time I sit down, I'll give another tip about how I deal with, you know, this sort of hectic week. So I thought I'd run you through the week very quickly. I'm at college Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. Today's obviously Monday. It's the 9th today. Just looked at my advent calendar there. I have college today. I'll be leaving in like an hour. I may or may not be going into college tomorrow because most of the stuff I'm doing tomorrow, if they stick to the plan, I can do at home. And also I'm only timetabled for the mornings, so there's kind of no point travelling there and, you know, just do the same stuff I could do on my computer at home, you know. So I think I'll likely stay home tomorrow, where I'll edit the hair dye video that will hopefully already be up by the time you see this, and get any other college work done that I need to get done. I'll then probably be back in college on Wednesday and also on Friday. Thursday is, I'm just not timetabled to be in college on Thursday, so that will be catch-up day for any college I haven't done. That will be edit any videos and write any blog posts you can. I also have to get my hair cut and I'm going to see my friend Zoe perform as part of her sixth form thing. So there's a lot going on even on my day off. And then also when you go into the weekend, and I think I probably will vlog the weekend to some extent. The Saturday we're going to the Panto, which means my nanny and granddad always come down to see the Panto with us. It's just kind of a tradition. We've done it since I was 4, although at that point they came down to look after my sister because she was too young to go, and I just went with my parents, but then when she was old enough to go, they started coming with us. We've always done it, we've done it every year, so we're going to do that. We may or may not go out for lunch. We haven't in previous years, one because we can never decide on a place to go, but also because my mum was previously working, but she doesn't have a job anymore because she's homeschooling my sister. So we may or may not go out for lunch. We'll then obviously have the Panto in the afternoon, and then because it's my birthday on Sunday, we'll probably do presents with them on Saturday. So it's a very full-on week with lots of different people, lots of travelling, lots of different events, and also to top it all off, my college sort of topic at the moment is, well, it's actually called FACE in all capital letters. I don't know what that stands for, but basically we're working in the studio. So we're doing lighting, portraiture, that sort of thing, which I'm really excited about because that's the one thing I haven't done yet. I've never done lighting or proper studio, but it does mean that I have to work with other people for that. I don't really like the flashlights in the studio. So it's gonna be a lot, basically. Yeah, so that is kind of a rundown of my week. And I'm just gonna film as much as I can and then talk to you in between to tell you kind of how I'm coping. So the first kind of tip / thing I do when I know I've got this sort of hell week coming up is that I take time to rest in advance. So this weekend, I did have a few things planned. I did edit a video, I did a few little odds and ends, but mostly I prioritised just kind of doing nothing. I watched a lot of movies, I read a lot of Harry Potter actually. I'm already on Chamber of Secrets. You know, I had a lot of downtime, and if I didn't really feel like doing anything, I didn't force myself to do it, so that I was mentally rested before the week ahead. Another part of prepping in advance for me is making sure I have everything I'll need for the day. So that includes, you know, obviously everything I'll need, like books and laptop, charger, pencil case, things like that, things I actually need for college. But then also always a full water bottle. I never get anywhere without a full water bottle. Plenty of snacks, both I always have like a bagel for lunch, but also like little chocolate bars, packets of crisps, things that you can kind of eat in class. Because we are allowed to eat in class now. Just because I don't know about anyone else, but I get really hangry. Even if I'm not actually hungry, if I haven't eaten for like a couple of hours, I just get really hangry. We thought I was diabetic. It's always been the same thing since I was a little kid. We thought I was diabetic because it does run in the family. But I'm not. I just get really hangry. So yeah, I always make sure I have lots of snacks with me, have everything I need. I always make sure I pack like my little twiddles, like I have like a fidget spinner, because it helps with sensory things, it just helps calm me down, so I like to play with stuff. And yeah, I make sure I have everything I need and I plan in advance, because I know the sort of things that trigger me and upset me, so, and I know like when they're likely to occur, so I can sort of plan ahead for that to cope with it. I also always make sure I've had at least a couple of nights of good sleep. I actually didn't sleep that well the night before tonight, but I try and prioritise sleep because I have the energy levels of a toddler and I get very angry if I haven't had enough sleep. So I always try and prioritise that as well, basically, to try and have the smoothest week possible. There will obviously always be factors that I haven't foreseen, you know, random things, like shit happens basically, and I understand that, so I just try and I plan as if everything is going to go okay, but I also know that, let's be honest, nothing's going to work out exactly how you planned, so I do everything I can to prepare, and then hopefully when something inevitably does go wrong, the fall's not quite as hard. So yeah, those are the sorts of things I do to prepare for a really busy week like this week. I do actually have to go to college now though, so I'm going to do that, and I'll see you when I have something else to talk about. Okay, so it's now Wednesday and things have not gone quite as planned, but it leads me nicely onto my next tip about how to cope when you have such a busy week and, like me, you have a condition or a mental condition that means you can't handle it as best as everyone else can. Obviously I've dyed my hair, but unfortunately the footage for that video is gone. It's just gone. I uploaded it as soon as I'd filmed it and I went to edit it yesterday and it's just not there and we couldn't recover the files. So yeah, unfortunately there won't be a hair dye video, which is really sad because I thought that was a really good video and I really enjoyed dyeing my hair. But yeah, unfortunately you won't get to see that. I'm sure I'll dye my hair again in the future though, so I'll film it then for you instead. But yeah, so there won't be a video today or last week when you're watching this. So yeah, but obviously that threw me off a lot yesterday and I was already feeling pretty tired because like I'd been at college all day Monday. I'd done a lot of work even though I was at home Tuesday. I'd still done a lot of work, and then I found that the footage was gone and that completely knocked me off the rails. So I was going to be going into college today, but I decided to take the day off because I just needed it. It all leads me nicely onto my next tip though, is that you need to understand your own limits and take breaks when you need them. It's hard to do a lot of the time because, you know, it's like I really wanted to go in today. We're doing studio stuff at the moment, So it's not only something new for me, so I'm actually learning something, but also it's fun. I really want to do it. But I knew yesterday night that even though I wanted to do it, it wasn't really a question. Like, I couldn't go in. So yeah, you just have to sort of know your own limits and accept them, even though it's hard sometimes because you probably do want to do quite a lot of things. So yeah, I chose to take the day off and look after myself. I didn't do that much this morning. I've just been out to the city, just took a couple of hours myself to just sort of have a Starbucks and listen to music, watch the world go by. And now I'm going to try and get a few things done. But yeah, you really just have to know your own limits and accept them, because you can't change that. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now, and that was my second tip. I'm not going to be doing huge amounts this afternoon. I'm just probably going to watch a movie, might write some blog posts, do a few like little admin things. I need to wash my hair as well. But yeah, I've got quite a lot planned for tomorrow, so I'm just going to take it easy today. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, so it's Thursday now, and I've just got back from getting my hair cut. So it's the second time I've been out today already. It's 3 o'clock on the dot actually. Yeah, so I went to Tesco this morning with my mum to do some food shopping. I was back for like 2 hours, washed my hair, and then I went to the hairdresser, just got back from that. And then later tonight I'm going out again to go see my best friend Zoe. She's doing like a Christmas performance with her 6th form. So yeah, I'm going to go see her do that. So yeah, it's been quite a busy day. Like, they're not huge things, but when you're autistic like me, like even just going to the shops, it's very mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically draining in like every way. So, you know, even for something as small and ordinary as that most other people wouldn't even so much as think twice about, I have to plan into my day. So yeah, I have had quite a busy week already, and we're only halfway through it. So yes, I didn't go into college yesterday, as I told you, and I'm feeling much better for today. Sometimes I do feel a bit guilty because, you know, when I don't go to something and I chicken out the last second, I then feel loads better and I go, oh, well, you know, I could have gone, but actually, no, I feel better because I didn't go. Whereas if I had gone, I would have felt 10 times worse and not been able to do anything for the next week. So I think that's always important for me to remember. But yes, I am feeling much better now. Going to see my friend perform tonight should be really fun. And also, like, I don't think that'll be too draining because, I don't know, like, I don't find... most people I find incredibly draining, but my best friend I don't find draining at all. I can't really explain what it is. It's just that some people are more draining than others, and it's, like, I have no idea what it is, but yeah. So, and also most of the time we'll just be sitting and watching the performance, so, you know, there's not exactly much talking involved there. So yeah, and I kind of get to dress up a bit, which is nice because I never go anywhere that means I get to dress up. So yeah, and then I will be going into college tomorrow, which is Friday. I'm having real trouble keeping my days straight at the moment. I'll be working in the studio tomorrow, which should be fun, and if not fun, at least educational, because it's something I haven't really touched on before. My third tip though, because that's kind of what this vlog is, it's kind of a vlog, kind of like a tips video. I don't really know what I'm going to title this. It's just kind of like how to cope when you have a busy week and you're not normal like me. But yeah, my third tip is to sort of have something running alongside that is just for you. So what I mean by that is that when you've got a really busy week, it's really important to remember to look after yourself, even though you've got all these other things going on. So I'm a big reader, as some of you might know. So I've actually been rereading Harry Potter recently, for the second time this year, yes. So I'm on Chamber of Secrets at the moment. I'm like just under halfway through. So yeah, I've just been rereading that along the side. I always love reading Harry Potter. It's kind of like coming home. And yeah, so I've been reading that, and it's like a nice escape when I need to just sort of chill out for a bit. And I've also had another little sort of creative project on the side for when I don't feel like reading and just sort of want to chill, veg, and like watch a movie or something, but still want something to do. So I've actually been doing some cross stitch, which is something I started last night. I've just been doing a butterfly. I'm not like a cross stitch expert or anything, but I did a lot of sewing as a kid, so yeah, it's coming along quite well. Still got quite a long way to go, but yeah, I just find it really useful to have something on the side that I know I can come back to, because often I find that when I've got a lot on, I sort of have to keep the momentum going. I can't, you know, so in order to get through the week, I can't stop. Otherwise, once I stop, that's it, and I'll crash. And so I like to have something that will help keep me focused, and it's something to do and something, you know, that is time consuming and is sort of like a project, but isn't actually taxing. So it keeps me going, it keeps me doing stuff, and therefore keeps the momentum, but still allows me to rest, if you know what I mean. It'll be different for everyone. I know some people might like running or video gaming. I like video games sometimes, but I find that's a bit stagnant for me. I don't know what normal people do, but you know, just think of some hobby that is still kind of, you're doing something and you can kind of pretend it's productive, because like, I mean, this has absolutely nothing to do with my life or anything, but you can kind of pretend it's productive, right? Because it's like, yes, I'm finishing the butterfly, even though that's kind of not relevant to anything, but you know, I find it easier to pretend to do something productive. Yeah, so that's my third tip, just to have something along the side that you can do in your downtime, so that you actually have downtime, but you also keep your momentum and you're looking after yourself at the same time. So I'm actually going to carry on with my cross stitch this afternoon. I've got like 3 hours I think until I need to leave to go see my friend perform. So I'm probably just going to watch some videos, do some more cross stitch, maybe read a bit if I get bored of cross stitch, and then I'll go out. So yeah, I'll see you a bit later. Okay, so it's now Saturday. I didn't end up going into college yesterday because, well, I really didn't want to, basically. I've had a busy week, as I said. That's kind of the whole point of this vlog, so you already know that. There isn't anything particularly that I really need to be in before Christmas for, because basically this whole topic is just portraiture, so we have to do our own portraiture shoot, but that's not till after Christmas, and then we just have to provide evidence that we've understood and tried out some of the lighting techniques, which I can all do in one shoot after Christmas. So I was like, well, there's no need for me to go. And I've already done a lot this week, and I've still got more to do this weekend, which is why I'm still vlogging this weekend. The vlog will end today, so that I have time to edit it and put it up for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm still vlogging today because I've still got stuff to do. So my next piece of advice is just to sort of have your priorities straight, which is a bit of a strange one, but I'll explain it. So basically, obviously, the main things I had to do this week was, obviously I had college, I had to go to my friend's show that she was performing, I'm going to the pantomime tonight, and then I had other little things, like I had to get my hair cut, I obviously just had other general work to do, like end of the year stuff, you know, little things like that. And so I think it's important to know where your priorities lie, because, you know, because realistically most people probably choose to go to college over going to their friend's show, because lots of people place like a really high standard on education, and education is important. However, I strongly disagree. It really does depend on your situation, where you're on the school year, where you are with your academics and everything, but I found that personally this week I chose to prioritise the more fun things, and like my friend's show, the pantomime and everything this weekend, over going to college. And a lot of people are going to disagree with that, because a lot of people place education very high up on the priority list, but I strongly disagree. I am naturally very intelligent. I don't like saying that because I feel like I'm showing off, but I am. I'm very smart. It's just a fact. And so I often find that I'm actually very bored in education because I'm not allowed to progress any further purely because of my age, even though I am at more like degree level, but I can't because I'm too young. And so I find that really there is no need for me to be in college a lot of the time, because I can do 95% of it from home. The only bit I really need them for is to actually use their resources, which again, as I said, I can do that after Christmas and book in one day and get it all done. So everything else I just sort of do from home, which was always a huge problem at school, because the only thing they care about is they want you to be there. They don't actually care whether you get any work done or not, they just want you to attend. whereas the college isn't like that. They're like, as long as you do the work, we don't care if you do it at home or here. So I know personally that I did not really need to be in college, and so I prioritised doing the things, because, like, you know, that show is never going to happen again that I went to see my friend do. So I chose to do that. That was a once in a lifetime thing. We always go to the Panto every year. It's been a tradition for as long as I can remember. So I wasn't going to miss that. It's my birthday tomorrow as well. So I had a lot going on, and so I chose to prioritise the more fun things and over the educational things, because I knew that A, it's more fun and you only live once, and B, that it just worked in the priority list. There was nothing that I'd missed at college that I couldn't do at home or another time. That being said, sometimes there are times where I'll have to prioritise education over more fun things. So, you know, if I'd planned a studio shoot for after Christmas, I couldn't then bail on that, because there's only a limited time that I have to use studio, and obviously that would rearrange a lot of other people's plans as well, so I'd have to commit to that and go in for that. But yeah, generally speaking, I place education quite low on the ladder, because I am very intelligent naturally, and therefore I just don't really need to be taught things, because I just teach myself. Google is an excellent teacher, I find. So yeah, I chose to do the more fun things this week, and then I spent the time while I was not at college recuperating. I've just been playing a lot of Sims, watching movies, working on that creative project, the cross stitch that I told you about in the last tip, I think that was, reading. So, you know, and it's generally been a bit more of a fun, relaxing week, because I chose to prioritise the fun things that I had to do. But as I said, there will be times where sometimes you have to flip the other way and prioritise your education and the more boring shit, because that's just how life is. So yeah, basically I think it's really important to know your priorities, what they are, and know that they will change depending on what time of year it is, you know, what you've got on that week, what everyone else is doing. And, you know, so I know a lot of people with autism, especially me, we struggle to change the plan, but I find that if you know you've got a busy week up, if you plan in advance, you say, okay, I know this, I've absolutely definitely got to do this, but these 3 things are maybe like not as important, I can move that to next week. You know, I don't really need to get my hair cut or something, so I can move those. Whereas this week I actually really did need to get my hair cut, because I've skipped the last 2 because they haven't been as important. So I haven't had my hair cut in like 6 months at this point, so I had to go and get my hair cut. So yeah, you just have to sort of rearrange and know what your priorities are, so that, because realistically the chances are I was never going to manage to do every single thing I had planned this week, so you just sort of have to take it on a day-by-day basis and see what you can and can't do, because also unexpected shit will always happen. So yeah, just always account for that, keep your priorities straight, and know that it's not the end of the world if you can't do something. So with that being said, it's now actually 1 o'clock. I'm leaving to go to the Panto in half an hour. It starts at 2:30, but it's Christmas and we're going to the city centre, so everything is going to be very, very busy. So it'll probably take us 40 minutes to find a parking space. So we're leaving a little bit early. And then we'll come back. We always go with my nanny and granddad to the Panto, so that we'll be meeting them there. And then after the Panto, we'll be coming home, doing birthday presents from them for me, because obviously they won't be here tomorrow. And then we'll probably get some Chinese and do birthday cake and stuff. So yeah, so I'll film as much as I can. I can't really film in the Panto because they're all like, oh, no cameras, no phones, you know, which I think is a little bit silly, but you know, so I can't film much there, but I'll film as much as I can, and I'll see you when I get home for the last tip. Oh no, I have a seatbelt to my back in. Oh no, my John. Filming my failure.
Yeah, this is definitely going in the vlog.
How are you going to figure it out? Crisis averted. Okay, so I'm back from the theatre now, obviously. Had a lot of fun at the Panto. It's always really good. It's always been a bit of a tradition. My parents started taking me when I was about 4, and at the time my sister was too young. She was 1.5, 2, depending on what time of year. And so my grandparents would always come down and look after her while we went. And then eventually when she was old enough to come, we all started going. So yeah, it's just a bit of a tradition. Like we even sit the same seats every year. We always have, always will, probably. So yeah, like it's kind of the same show every year, but it's a lot of fun and it's just a tradition really. Surprisingly, I actually don't struggle with going to the panto too much, even though it is incredibly loud. Lots of flashing lights, a lot of, you know, sound effects and lighting flashy effects and things, and obviously there's a lot of people. But I think because I've, you know, like I've always done it. I've been doing it since as long as I can remember. I don't remember a time before we started doing it. And so I think because of that, because it's always been a tradition, it's always been a part of my life, I don't struggle with it as much because it's very familiar. Like I've lived in the same house my entire life. So I know this whole place where I live incredibly well. I could walk to the most common places with my eyes shut, honestly. So I think because of that, even though it is generally quite a high stress environment with lots of people, sound effects, loud noises, flashy lights, because it's such a familiar environment, and also because the show is, like, it's very predictable when you've been more than once. Like, the same thing happens every year, and it's generally the same few shows. It's either Cinderella, Aladdin, I think they did Snow White one year. I think Peter Pan was the first one I ever remember, because I was scared of the alligator. I remember, oh, crocodile, I think it's a crocodile. I remember that much. Yeah, but I think because it's such a familiar environment, even though there are high stress things, it doesn't bother me as much. Yeah, but it is now 8:15, so bedtime for me. So that is the end of the vlog, but before I go, I wanted to give you my last piece of advice. It's more of like, it's less of a piece of advice and more of a reassurance, I guess. And that is that, you know, even though I have had a very busy week and I've given you all these tips about how I cope with a busy week, I also want you to know that it's okay if you don't make it to everything. Like living with a disability, and especially a hidden disability, it's really hard because you know, able-bodied, able-minded people, they just don't understand how taxing and how draining even just day-to-day activities like brushing your teeth can be. And you know, it all adds up, and when you have all of these different events and all these different places to be, some of which may be unfamiliar, loud noises, new people, it all adds up, and it's okay if you can't make it to all of them. You know, you just have to sort out your priorities, know what you do want to do and what you don't want to do, and also know at the end of the day, if you don't make it to something that you really wanted or needed to go to, that's okay. You know, if it's something you really, really wanted to do but you couldn't, try and arrange it for another time. You know, you'd be surprised how many things you can rearrange. So, and you know, I'm very lucky. I have a lot of people in my life that are very understanding, and that go out of their way to make my life easier and to make me happy. But I know a lot of people don't have that, but just know that it's okay if you don't make it to everything. Some people might not understand, but things are tiring. Talking to people is tiring. You know, even just leaving, like getting out of bed in the morning is tiring for a lot of us. So know that it's okay even if other people don't understand that. Just as long as you understand it and you know that it's okay, then I think that's what really matters. You know, we shouldn't beat ourselves up because we can't do the same amount as everyone else can do. Even, you know, neurotypical, able-bodied people aren't exactly the same. You know, some people are more extroverted than others. You know, like some of the people I go to college to, they have like 4 different jobs and, you know, they go out every night and stuff, and, you know, some people just don't. So don't beat yourself up if you can't attend everything, just do your best. And you will get better over time. You know, 2 years ago, I could never have done even half the stuff I've done this week. Like I've been out 2 nights almost in a row. So, and I could never have done that 2 years ago. I couldn't have gone out 2 nights in a month 2 years ago. So you will get better over time. You will learn new coping techniques. So just be patient with yourself, really, and know that it's okay to skip things sometimes. And also, your health, mental and physical, comes first above everything else. Yeah, so that was my final piece of advice / reassurance. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it somewhat helpful. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this video is going to turn out. I know it's been a little bit all over the place, but I hope it was helpful to at least someone. If it helps even one person, then that's fine by me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like it if you did. Share it if you know anyone who might need this advice, because I know, you know, if I'd been made aware of this sort of video 2 years ago, that would have really helped me. So if you know someone who is autistic or even just has like generalized anxiety or something, share it with them because it might help them, and that's what I want to help people. So do share it if you know someone who might need it. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. I do weekly vlogs. They're not all like this. We'll be going back to more like normal vlog style videos next week, but I just thought I'd make this one a bit different. And yeah, again, sorry that the hair video just didn't get to you. I don't know where the footage went, it just disappeared. I was quite upset about it at the time, which is why I didn't talk too much about it, but sort of over it now. Yeah, but I will dye my hair plenty more times in the future, and I will film that then instead, and hopefully the footage will not get lost this time. But yeah, my hair's purple anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.